What's good, everybody? It's your boy Easy Wiz, and in today's video I'll be talking about how to not be a failure. Everyone has certain bad habits and certain things they do that still hold them back from being their best self. But anyways, let's get right into it. The first thing into you becoming successful and not being a failure is having a well-defined goal. And what this simply means is just having a plan you can work towards. An example I can give of a definite goal is, say you're 18 and you're trying to buy your first car. That's a definite goal right there. But then you're gonna need a plan to work towards that goal. So that's the easiest way I could break down what is a definite goal. And also, some people may ask, why do you need a definite goal? Well, the simple answer is because when you have a definite goal, it's easier for you to work towards something and it's easier for you to achieve something that way. So that's why it's really important to have a definite goal. The next thing that's stopping you from becoming successful and leading to your failure is the lack of self-discipline. And what discipline is having self-control. When you have discipline, you're able to control yourself and do whatever you want. For example, you just ate and you need to do the dishes. You have the option to do the dishes later, or you could do them right now and get them out of the way. If you're disciplined enough, you will decide to do the dishes right now. That way you'll have all the time in the world to go play your game or watch your phone later without taking any breaks. So basically, that's what discipline is, having self-control. A factor of lacking self-discipline is overeating, and when you overeat, you basically have no control on the amount of food you eat on a daily basis. This could even go for fast food, because everyone loves to eat fast food, but the man with self-discipline is able to control himself, eat on time, eat right, and be healthy and strong. This is why it's good to have self-discipline even when it comes to eating. Another factor is having the wrong habit of thought, and you may be asking, how does thought come into having self-discipline? For example, not everyone can control what they think, and some people overthink. They overthink until it gets so overwhelming that they give up and don't know what to do. When it comes to having the right amount of self-discipline, you're able to control your thoughts in a way that you're able to control what you think and what you want to think. So it's always good to have the right amount of self-discipline when it comes to having thoughts, the right habit of thoughts. The next thing is the overindulge in sex, and what this is, basically you're just wasting your time, your energy, all that motivation you could have gathered while doing something else and doing something more beneficial for you. For example, reading a book or even taking a walk, exercising. These are stuff that will benefit you in the long run, other than just having that 3 minutes of pleasure that really you forget in an instant. So try to do more beneficial stuff other than just trying to pleasure yourself overall. And yeah, that leads me to my next point, which is lack of exercise. And this is something people tend not to get enough of: exercise. You should be exercising at least 3 times a week. It's good for the body, good to build strength, good for your physique. If you exercise, you're obviously going to get something out of it. So it's always good to exercise. And by having discipline, you can control your habits and control what you do throughout the day. One of the biggest things that leads people to be failures is because they always tend to procrastinate and not get things done. And what procrastination is basically you're putting things off and delaying the process of what you need to get done. It's never good to procrastinate, and it will never lead you to success. An example of this is that you have something to get done in 2 hours, but you put it off for a day because you're there playing video games and watching TV instead of doing what you need to get done. And that's called procrastinating. You can't procrastinate if you want to be successful and be something in life. And another factor of procrastination is basically consuming more than you create. And if you're consuming more than you create, you're basically indulging in more activities that satisfy you instead of satisfying the services that you need to get done, or instead of giving the service you need to get done for your business. For example, instead of consuming watching TV all day, why not put your time into the business to create, and then you consume after? So consuming more than you create can always be a big factor when it comes to procrastination. Next thing that's stopping you from being successful and leading you to be a failure is having a negative personality. And who wants to be around a negative person? I personally don't. Which leads to my next point. You cannot cooperate with other people. And if you can't cooperate with other people, it simply means you don't have good intentions to benefit them, or you're just a negative person overall. It's always good to be able to cooperate with other people, to expand your services, or to have friends, to have people who can motivate you. So it's always good to not have a negative personality, but to have a positive personality so you can make friends and expand your services. Another thing when it comes to having a negative personality is comparing yourself to others. Now, this could be a good or bad thing because you can compare yourself to someone in order to grow yourself, to motivate yourself, or you could compare yourself to someone else in order to be like them, when that's the bad part. It's never a good thing to compare yourself to others, but if you're gonna compare yourself, make sure you're comparing yourself to someone who will be able to grow you and motivate you more. Another thing that can come off as you being negative or having a negative personality is if you take what others say to you too personally. And what this means is that you might be doing something you like, but you might want to achieve something in life, but you care too much about what this person says about you, which is the wrong thing to do. You always want to think that you can do it. You always want to know that you can do it, know what you want to achieve. You want to know your standards and have this positive image in your mind that you're able to do whatever you want to do. So don't take what others say to you too personally, because other people might hate and try to discourage you, try to stop your goals. Just know you can do it and know that you will do it. And the last thing is doubting yourself. This kind of ties up with what I just said earlier, with what others might say about you. But when you doubt yourself, you're basically telling yourself you can't do it, and that's the wrong image to portray in your mind. You need to tell yourself you're able to do it and you will do it so that you can achieve it. And this also goes together with having a definite goal, because by having a definite goal, you're able to tell yourself that you can achieve that goal. So don't doubt yourself. Another thing is not keeping an open mind. And if you're not open-minded, you're basically closed-minded and you're not able to try new things, learn new things, and do new things. So it's always good to be more open-minded so that you can learn new things and do new things as well. A problem closed-minded people tend to encounter is like problems or relationship problems, because they're not open-minded to learn what their partner has to say about their relationship. So make sure you keep an open mind and intake more knowledge. And another thing in not becoming a failure but becoming more successful is by taking more risks. The average person tends to follow the crowd and getting stuck up on the idea that they have to do what everyone else is doing. They can't make a decision for themselves and be different from the crowd. They have to follow. You have to try to be different in your own way. Do what you want to do what you like, do what makes you happy, so that other people can follow what you're doing as a leader. And the final thing is putting yourself in the spotlight. You should be putting yourself out there in situations you're uncomfortable in, so you can get the feeling of not caring what other people think about you. This is a good trait to have, because that way you can expand in your services and expand in what you want to do with your life. So always try to put yourself in the spotlight so that you can try new things and you can try more things. Well, that's it for the video. Hopefully you can use these tips I gave you into becoming more successful in your lifestyle. Also, hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And also comment down below advice and tips you have for people who are not successful at what they do. Thanks for watching.